Hi everyone, it's Amanda with Chiquel, and I'm here today to talk to you about the main differences between human hair wigs and synthetic wigs and help you decide which one might be the right choice for you. So I'm just going to start this off by saying that I love synthetic hair for so many reasons, but there are also reasons why I don't like it so much. And the same thing goes for human hair. There are a lot of reasons I love human hair, but there are also many reasons why I don't. So I'm just going to dive right in and talk about the pros and cons for each. So when you are deciding between synthetic and human hair, I think it really boils down to three main things that you need to think about. The first thing being cost. Are you willing to spend a little bit more, or do you have a price limit that you need to stick to? The second thing is maintenance. Do you have time to invest into making sure that your wig is in excellent condition, or do you want something that's just quick and easy and that you don't need to spend a lot of time on? And the third thing being just, how does it make you feel? Like when you put that on, does it make you feel good, or are you a little self-conscious and worried about what it looks like? So think about those three things as I'm giving you these pros and cons. So I'm going to talk a little bit about synthetic hair first. One of my favorite things about synthetic hair is that it has style memory. So when I say style memory, that just means that it's going to come out of the box with a pre-made style like this, for example, and it's going to stay in that same style for as long as you have the wig. So style memory is awesome for anyone who just wants a really quick and easy fix to throw it on and say, I'm good to go, let's head out the door. So not only do synthetic wigs have style memory, but they're also weatherproof. So that just means if you go outside and it starts to rain, then your hair is not going to fall flat. Your hair is not going to start getting all frizzy from the rain. It's just going to stay the way it is, which is amazing. And on that similar note, you can wear a synthetic wig to a pool, for example, and you can get splashed and it can get wet, and it's not going to ruin your style. So you're gonna have amazing hair at the pool all day long. So another amazing thing about synthetic wigs, and I kind of touched on this a minute ago, but it's that they're just so low maintenance and quick and easy. You just plop it on your head in the morning and off you go. Like, you don't have to do anything. You don't need to style it. You don't need to do anything to it. So I'm wearing a synthetic wig right now, so this one is so easy to just put on, and I already have my curls ready to go, and it's already really cute. When it comes to washing, you wash your synthetic wig maybe every 10 to 15 wears, depending of course on what you're doing, like if you've been working out in it a lot, or if you're around smoke or pets or something, it might be a bit more often, but generally it's around every 10 to 15 wears, which is it's pretty easy to maintain. And after you wash it, you just let it dry, and it's gonna go right back to the style. You're not gonna have to do anything else to it. It'll just go right back. Another thing that generally pulls people towards synthetic wig are the price points. Synthetic wigs are generally much cheaper than human hair wigs. Of course, there's a variation in prices. You can find really cheap synthetic wigs, and you can find a little bit more expensive synthetic wigs. However, overall, synthetic wigs are quite a bit cheaper than human hair. Another pro about synthetic wigs is that the color on them is going to last. It's not going to fade in the sun. It's not going to fade over time. The color is just going to stay as vibrant and bright as it is the day that you get it. I also find that with synthetic wigs, there are more color options too. So when you are looking for a wig, synthetic wigs seem to have a few more options in terms of color. One more thing that's really great about synthetic wigs is that they are a bit lighter weight and a bit cooler. So especially if you live in hotter climate, synthetic wigs are going to feel a bit cooler on your head than a human hair wig would. All right, now that I've talked about all of the amazing things about synthetic wig, I'm going to touch on the things that aren't so great about synthetic wigs. So synthetic wigs, unfortunately, are not going to last as long as human hair wigs do. Generally, synthetic wig will last you maybe 3 to 6 months of daily wear, It would last you longer, of course, if you have a bunch of synthetic wigs and you're not wearing it every day. But if you are wearing it daily, it's about 3 to 6 months, depending on how you take care of it. So it's not going to last quite as long as human hair wigs do. After your 3 to 6 months with your wig, it's going to start to get kind of frazzly and frizzy, and the tangles are going to get harder to work out, and it's going to be harder to brush. And by then you kind of know that your synthetic fibers are reaching the end of their life. Something else about synthetic fibers that isn't as great is that they tend to be a bit more shiny. So you can even tell right now I'm wearing a synthetic wig. You can see the light reflecting off of the wig. And I mean, this synthetic fiber, it's basically like plastic. So it's the light shining off of this plastic. So you can kind of tell the difference when you look at the shine of the wig. So synthetic fibers are going to give you a lot more shine than a human hair wig would. Here's an example of a human hair wig, so you can see it doesn't look quite as shiny as my synthetic. You can tell the difference. Something else about synthetic wigs that you need to be careful for is that they do not do well with heat. So if you take a curling iron on it, it will frizzle right up. If you put a flat iron or a hair straightener on it, it is gonna frizzle right up. If you cook and you're near the oven or the stove, you need to be really careful with your synthetic wig because that heat is going to ruin it very easily. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into human hair wigs now and talk about the pros and cons of those. So I think the very first thing about human hair that everybody loves is that human hair, there's nothing like it. You put it on and it feels like natural hair because, well, it is, right? Human hair just generally feels softer than synthetic wigs do, and it's going to stay soft throughout the longevity of your hair. Whereas with synthetic wigs, they'll come nice and shiny and smooth, but they quickly start to get frazzly, so you're gonna feel the difference in texture. The really fun thing about human hair wigs is that you are, of course, allowed to use heat on it. So you can use curling irons, you can use your hair straightener because it is human hair. So you're not going to ruin it by putting heat on your hair. So you are able to style it however you'd like, and it's all gonna be okay. So before buying a human hair wig, you really need to decide if you are willing to invest in it because human hair wigs are going to cost quite a bit more than synthetic wigs. I'm talking like upwards of $500, really around $1,000, and you can get some even more expensive than $1,000. Like they can get real pricey real quick. So are you willing to spend that money on a wig? However, they are more pricey, but they do last longer than synthetic wigs do. Human hair wigs can last anywhere between 1 to 5 years, really, depending on how often you wear it, how well you take care of it, and what quality of hair you are getting. So you can buy one human hair wig to last you a longer span of time, or you can buy several synthetic wigs that would last you shorter snippets of time. Something else to know about human hair wigs, and this is especially prevalent for those of you who live in hot climates, is that human hair wigs are heavier, so therefore they're going to be hotter. I live in a cold climate, so I don't mind how heavy the human hair wigs are. But if you are living in a hot climate, then that might be something to consider. When you are investing money into these human hair wigs, you need to know that you are also investing time into them because human hair wigs are quite a bit more maintenance than synthetic wigs. I had talked about earlier how with synthetic wigs, you can just put on and you can go because it already looks amazing. The style is already there. With human hair wigs, every time you wash it, it's going to fall flat again and you're going to have to figure out how you want to style it. So you will have to take time to actually do something to it. So you need to decide if you have the time to do that or if you just want something quick and easy. Also with human hair, in regards to maintenance, you are going to have to wash it a little bit more frequently than synthetic. So with human hair, you probably wash it around every 7 to 10 wears. So it's not that often, but still it is a little bit more often than a synthetic wig. Something to note about the color of the human hair wigs is that over time, your human hair color is going to fade. It's going to fade from the sunlight, it's going to fade from your washes and your just general use. So the color that you get in the box right at the beginning isn't quite going to last the whole length of your wig. So although I don't think I gave as many pros for human hair as I did for synthetic hair, I also do feel like nothing beats the feeling of human hair wig. Like you just run your fingers through it and it just feels like home. It just feels natural. But really at the end of the day, it's up to you, and it's how you feel, and it's how you think that this wig will fit into your lifestyle. So for me, I'm probably more 60-40 when it comes to wigs. I'm probably 60% going to get a synthetic one, 40% human hair. So I generally tend to human hair for my long wigs, and that's mostly because long synthetic hair gets so tangly so fast, and it's much harder to brush out. And I find that long synthetic hair just does not last very long for me. So if I'm gonna get a long wig, I'm usually going to get a human hair wig. But if I'm getting short wigs or medium wigs, kind of shoulder length or above, I'm gonna go for synthetic. Just because, I don't know, maybe I'm lazy, but I just like the option of having the wig ready to go and just having to just put it on and I'm done. I hope my little chat with you today helped you figure out what hair will work best for you and your lifestyle. So if this was helpful, go ahead and like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more tips and tricks with wigs and some more wig reviews. Have a great day, guys. Bye.